Hey, what's going on guys, Oink here. Today we've got some new seasonal events. There's 3 of them to be precise, and we're going to be starting off at Willow Springs. This one requires you to have the G37, the high-end performance G37, which you can get from getting all gold in the International A license. If you haven't managed to do that, I also have a video getting gold on all the licenses, so go check that out on my channel. Anyway, assuming you have the car, I think there was a very minor performance point upgrade from stock, so I just added a very slight amount of power. We're on Sport Soft, and this track is very tricky actually, very difficult to pick the lines through here. A lot of blind corners, you can't really see where the exits are and stuff like that, so it really does take a little bit of getting used to. For the most part, you want to really hug the apexes here. There's a lot of sort of off-cambers and interesting, yeah, the track moves in quite an interesting way. On the whole though, you want to try and keep it very smooth and good exit speeds on all of these, especially this long right-hander here. You want to really get that one right. If you kind of go too wide, you'll get sucked off the end of the ramp almost. And then this very high-paced S section there, you want to be braking quite early for that so you can turn in nicely. And then just coming across, you can just hop over the corners into the dirt there just to save yourself a small amount of time. I keep it in second all the way around that final corner and then onto the gas. Just to be a bit careful, the car does like to oversteer just a little bit on the exit, but you can be pretty quick onto the gas there. Managed a 112.545, which actually somehow was in the top 1,000, so I don't know how that managed to happen. Anyway, you get about 100,000 credits and a special paint for completing that one in gold. The second event is at Suzuka. We're in the light car company Rocket. Again, this can be got from the Goodwood Festival of Speed. There's a section in there which will win you this car, so go check that out if you haven't done that. Otherwise, you can just buy it from the dealership, of course. I think I've got the customized transmission, which I've just increased the top speed very slightly because the top speed actually just topped out on the back straight there. So I increased that, and I think there's maybe one tuning option in the power just to get it up to the performance point maximum. Other than that, it's Suzuka basically. The car itself drives very nicely, a little bit of oversteer, but on the whole you've got a lot of grip even on the sport hards. The car is pretty nippy through the corners. It's got a lot of turn-in, so you can really hug those corners at pretty high pace. Just watch out, I mean, as I said, with the oversteer that it has, it's kind of, I guess once you get to a certain point, once you reach that limit, it just starts to start going sideways, and you'll lose a lot of speed. It's reasonably controllable, so you probably won't go into an all-out spin like you might do in, you know, an LMP car or something, but it's kind of like if you do go sideways, you'll lose a lot of your momentum going forward, and that's going to be a big thing. Just braked a little bit late there, but actually trail brake and got the car to rotate nicely into that one so I could get back onto the gas pretty early. And we're already coming up to about halfway around the lap here. As I said, in terms of the settings for all of these, by the way, just ABS1 is the only thing I used. In terms of the transmission for this one, as I said, I got the fully customizable one, but just increased the top speed by 4 or 5 notches up to about, I think, 170 miles per hour, somewhere around that. You could go a little bit more if you wanted just a little bit more top end. Anyway, as I said, that double left-hander there at the top of the hill was kind of a little bit messy. You really want to come off the brakes early to hit those apexes, otherwise you'll pick up a little bit of understeer on the entry, so just make sure you're kind of braking early and then coming off the brakes so you can hit each apex, because I kind of missed both apexes, so I lost a lot of speed through there. And then coming in the final chicane, of course, just make sure not to miss your braking point, and it was a little bit wild on the exit, but I just kept it intact. Probably lost another few tenths or half a second in that little sideways action there. Anyway, finished up with a 210.738, which was well inside for the gold time, and again, that will get you just around 100,000 credits without any extra login bonus, and again, you'll get a special paint job for your cars. The final event is actually a snow event. We're at Chamonix East, and you can pick any of the range of Lancer, or what is it, Mitsubishi Evos, Lancer Evos, whatever they're called. I think this was the Evo 6 RS, something like that. I just basically picked a random one. I think this was one of the premium ones, one of the ones with the detailed interiors, but there are many to choose from, so pick your favorite and get it up to the performance points maximum. Either I suck at rallying, or I was doing something wrong. I don't know. It felt like a pretty smooth lap on the whole. Remember in the snow, these things have got a reasonably good grip in a straight line, but if you get sideways, you'll lose some speed. So try and get the car straightened out as quickly as possible. What I don't understand is it seemed like a pretty quick lap in terms of just the car and the track and the lap, but I only just by about a tenth scraped the gold time. So I don't know if there's, you know, particular methods in terms of tuning the slip differential or the suspension or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something in there, or perhaps there was one car that was, you know, a lot better to choose than the one that I chose. But, I mean, I got the gold, but it was very close. It took a few tries just to get that kind of nice, perfect, smooth lap. Obviously, you don't want to be hitting those walls, so make sure you're avoiding those. That will actually disqualify you. So always make sure you kind of hit those apexes and hold it there, and there was a 120.989 just scraped in for gold. So yeah, maybe you guys can help me out with that one. Snow rallying, not my thing. Anyway, that wraps up those 3 new seasonals, another 100,000 and another special paint job for you guys. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.